up guys? So today's video is going to be everything that they don't tell you during sorority recruitment. As you guys can see by the title, I have been wanting to make this video for a long time, but this video has also been so highly requested because I guess a lot of you guys are going into sorority recruitment, whether you guys are incoming freshmen in college or you guys are going to be a sophomore in college. It doesn't matter. A lot of you guys have been asking me to do a video all about my experience during recruitment and what it was like for me personally. So I just figured I would tell you guys things that I wish that I knew when I was going through sorority recruitment and things that they just like don't tell you when you're going through. So I figured this video would be really helpful. Even if you're not going into college, this is a good perspective if you guys are about to graduate and you guys don't really know if you want to go through recruitment. And if a lot of you guys don't know what recruitment is, basically when you are joining a sorority in college, you have to go through like rush week, which is basically like they recruit you and you basically go through this really long process of finding which sorority best fits you. So if you guys are really skeptical about it, I hope that I can change your mind today with this video. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So the first thing I didn't know when I was going into recruitment was that recruitment and rush is very hard. So I didn't know this. I just thought it was like, oh, I'll just like go in like a dress and I just have to like talk to people. But it is literally so exhausting to go and meet all of these different sororities and just talk all day long. A lot of times you're talking about the same thing. You're just getting asked the same exact questions and you're just smiling while talking, and it's just like really hard, and I was not prepared for that whatsoever. Like I did not know that rush week and recruitment was that hard. The second thing that I did not know till I got into a sorority was that these people, these sororities that are recruiting you, have been waiting all year and working all year towards getting new members into their chapter. Like you don't understand, like now I fully appreciate like everything that goes into recruitment. When I was going through it, I was like, oh yeah, like this is cute, whatever, but it is so much work, and I had no idea that people in sororities, like they had been waiting all year just for one member to come into their chapter and just like get new people. And I had no idea like how exciting this was for them. Like I of course thought it was like cool for me to like want to be in a sorority, but I had no idea how exciting it is for the actual chapter to be getting all these new members. The third thing that they don't say is what to wear. So I actually did go to an orientation before I went into recruitment, and like they kind of tell you like don't wear things that show too much skin, or don't wear things that are like stuff like that. But like I had no idea what to wear. Like I like literally was texting everyone I know and I was like, well, what did you buy for this, or what did you get for that? Like I had no idea. They don't really tell you like, okay, the first day wear a romper, the second day wear this. Like they don't really say specifics, they just say in general, and it's really hard if you're like me and I have to plan my outfits for events like 2 months before I go to them. So like going through recruitment, I was like, I am so stressed, I don't know what to wear. So I'm gonna get into like more details on like that when I give you guys tips, but that's just like something I didn't know and what they don't tell you going into recruitment. The fourth thing that they don't tell you when going into recruitment is what to talk about. So I literally didn't realize like, oh my gosh, I need to have talking points, like literally until I was like about to go into my first chapter. Like I was like, wow, I didn't even think about this, but like I should have something to say to these people and I have nothing to say. Like it's literally like an interview, and like I was so unprepared, and like I didn't know that there were certain things that you just like shouldn't talk about in recruitment and there's certain things that you should. So yeah, that was like a big thing for me, and like no one told me like, yeah, you should ask them questions about this. Like I had no clue going into it. So the last thing that they don't tell you when going into recruitment is what to bring. No one tells you like, yeah, this is gonna be a full day like of literally death. It's not really, but it's just like I had no idea. Like I just thought like show up and like talk to a few people and then leave. No, that is not what recruitment is. That is not how it goes, especially if you guys live in like the South. Like Southern sororities are so intense. I go to Arizona State, which it's not as intense as like Alabama or A&M or things like that, but like yeah, it was just like I didn't know like what to bring, what to even think. So now I'm gonna tell you guys what you need to know. This is what I wish I would have known when I was going into recruitment. So like let's just get started. What you need to know is that everyone always asks, what do you wear for recruitment? So the first day is when you're meeting a chapter. The second day I think is like sisterhood day, and then you have philanthropy day, or you have philanthropy and then you have sisterhood, and then you have pref day, which is like the day where you have like 2 sororities and you have to pick which one. And then the last day is bid day. That's where you get your sorority. So I didn't really know what to wear for any of the days. You do get told on like bid day what you should wear for that sorority. So I was told to basically dress progressively nicer. So throughout each day I dress nice. So like the first day I wore like a floral romper. Also I'm gonna like insert pictures here of each day what I wore, because I basically wore floral every single day. So first day I'm pretty sure I wore like an off the shoulder floral dress, and then I wore another nice dress from Urban Outfitters. Like just sundresses is basically what I wore like the first 3 days, I believe. None of the days did I wear Converse or Adidas or flats or sandals. Every single day I wore heels. It doesn't have to be like 6-inch heels, but like little sandal heels, like heel like that big, that like the ones that like wrap up, you know what I'm talking about. Those are really, really cute for recruitment. Everyone likes those. I also like wore accessories, and like I wore what I felt makes me me, and that is something that's really, really important going through recruitment. Don't dress how you think a sorority wants you to dress. Dress how you dress. If you don't wear floral, don't wear floral. Wear something else. Wear a solid romper like this or something. Like wear what you want to wear. Still keep it like kind of nice, because it's like you're meeting someone. It's almost like an interview, but like don't try and fit into a sorority. Wear what you already would wear, because that's like the most important thing. Also for makeup, a lot of people were like, oh, you don't have to cake your face for this. If you like to go with a full beat face every single day, do it. I went with like literally a full face of makeup every single day. Other people were like, oh, you don't have to wear that much. They don't like makeup. It doesn't matter. If you like wearing makeup, then wear makeup. If you don't like wearing makeup, don't wear makeup. It doesn't matter. It generally depends on you. But I would say that each day I definitely got like progressively nicer. So on the last day, which is pref day, which is like where you go to 2 sororities and you pick which one you want, I wore like a 2-piece set. I'll put a picture right here. It was really, really pretty, and I wore it with heels, and it looked a lot more dressier than the rest of my other outfits for recruitment. And then bid day is basically when you like go to your sorority. So normally when you go to your sorority, they'll give you a t-shirt to wear the day of recruitment, or like the day of bid day, and you put that over whatever you're wearing. So I wore jean shorts and a white tank top and Converse, and then I went to my house and they gave me a t-shirt and I put it on over, and then everyone was matching. You just wear like jean shorts, whatever. But it also depends. I don't know if, depending on your school, if they will tell you what you guys should wear. The second thing that I feel is super important during recruitment is that there are a lot of rumors during recruitment, and I didn't realize that like I thought that no one knew anything about any sororities, but that is not the case. Like I had so many people when I was like in line to go into a certain house, they're like, oh my gosh, did you hear this sorority did this last year? Did you hear they're in trouble for this? And literally 99% of the rumors that I heard during recruitment were not true. Like half of them were so false, and just people would make things up about sororities that like they didn't like, or say like someone didn't get chose back to come to a house. Like they would say like, oh, well they do this, and like it would change your perspective on what you think of a sorority that you might actually like. So I personally say do not listen to what anyone else has to say about a house. If you like the house, like you like the house. It doesn't matter if someone's like, oh, they're terrible, they say this. Like rumors are 100% not true. Like until you get into the sorority, you'll never know how it is. There are so many amazing people in each and every sorority, and like the reasons why you may like a sorority are completely different than why someone else might not like a sorority. So don't let people's rumors and everything people are saying about a certain house affect how you like it. Like I always hated like being outside of a house and be like, oh my gosh, well they said this, and like in my head I was like, that's like the top sorority that I like. And it would just be so disappointing to hear people say things, because then you were like, well, do I even want to be a part of that house if everyone this? It just really confuses you. So if you're going through recruitment and people are saying things about certain houses, please try your very, very best to not listen to any of the rumors, because a lot of them are not true, and it just sucks. It just sucks when people start rumors and talk crap. The third thing that you guys need to know going through recruitment is that the recruiters, like the people talking to you, are just as nervous, and if not even more nervous. Like I was so nervous going into each house. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. I'm so uncomfortable. But like you don't understand how nervous recruiters really are, because they want you guys to be in their house so badly, and they want you guys to love what they do. Like, they love their chapter and they love everything that they stand for, and they want you guys to love it too. And you don't understand how nervous it is to just go up to someone you've never even met and just have a conversation with them. Like, it is so hard. For me, what I wish I kind of would have done, which I feel like I did this kind of, but what I wish I would have done is like, don't leave the conversation just up to the recruiter. Like, if someone is talking to you and they're like, oh, what's your name? And you're just like, Keaton. Oh, what's your favorite color? Yellow. Like, that is so boring. Like, I feel like sometimes people go into a house and they just expect that person to carry on the entire conversation, and that's not how it is. You guys need to know how to carry a conversation too. It's like a two-way street. I think that, like, when you're going into recruitment, you should be engaged in conversation and asking them questions about their life and asking them questions about their chapter. Like, what does your philanthropy stand for? What do you do? Like, things like that. I just feel like maybe you guys should have some questions prepared. I didn't have any questions prepared, and like, after like the third day, like, I was like, you know what, I need to start asking things about this. And so I feel like that's super important to know that they are just as nervous as you, if not more nervous, and that it's super important for you guys both to carry on the conversation. I don't think it's just up to them. The fourth thing I wish I would have known is that you should definitely bring water and snacks. The first day was such a long day for me, and I was starving and I was thirsty, and there are girls who legitimately pass out during recruitment. Like, they are walking around all day going to all these different houses, and it's hot outside, and then they pass out because they don't bring water, they don't bring food, they don't eat all day, they don't do all of this stuff. Don't be that girl. Do not be that girl who passes out or gets sick during recruitment. You guys should be drinking water, bring food, bring snacks, bring a little bag, like, bring something like bars, something like that, because seriously, I remember the first day I was like, oh no, like, I cannot do this again. I will be bringing food back with me. I'm bringing a water bottle back with me. Like, I remember, bring a charger. Please bring a charger, because your phone will die and then you'll be really sad. Also, another thing that I brought was a notebook, and every single day of recruitment, I would write down what house and then what I remember about that house. So like, at night when I was like going back thinking about the chapter, I'd be like, oh yeah, they were wearing this color t-shirt and their room was decorated like this, and I talked to a girl named Kenzie and she said this. Like, things like that you should write down and you should try and remember, because there are so many chapters and it gets so hard to not mix them all up. So definitely bring a notebook and pencil with you as well. The next tip I have for you guys, what you guys definitely need to know, is to not get overwhelmed, get excited. And that is like the number one thing. Is I am not like a clappy kind of girl. I'm not about the chants. I was never on the cheer team. Like, I'm just not about that life. So when I walked into my first house and everyone was like clapping and like singing, like, I was like, no thank you. Like, I remember calling my mom the first day of recruitment. I was like, I just don't think I want to go through it anymore. Like, it's just weird. Everyone's yelling at me. It just is a bunch of girls that are just like being weird. Like, I remember I was just like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I was like, you know what? You need to just stick with it. Like, you need to just go. And I went through the rest of recruitment and I could not be happier. If you walked into a chapter and they were all just standing there looking at you, not clapping, not cheering, like, you would be like, do they even care that I'm here? But if you walk into a chapter and they're all clapping, they're all excited, they're all happy, they look like they genuinely want you there, like, that is something to be excited about, not nervous about. The last thing that I want to reiterate that you guys need to know is choose what you want. Everyone has an opinion about what sorority you could be, and your mom might have been in a sorority that, like, she's like, you need to be in this one, go in this one, you're gonna be a legacy, blah, blah, blah. If you don't like that sorority when you're going through recruitment, or you really, like, your heart is somewhere else in a different chapter, don't be afraid to pick the chapter you're in. I know people who have gone into chapters and they're like, I knew I shouldn't have picked this one, but I just did because I want to do this. And like, that's so sad to me. I just think it's so important to choose where you think you belong. It's not about trying to fit in somewhere else. Like, don't go into recruitment knowing like, this is the top house or this is the best one. Like, I just feel like you guys should really choose what chapter you want to be in based on the conversations that you're having with people, based on the genuine people that you meet. I feel like when you go into a chapter and you feel like, I can see myself being with these girls every single day, I can see myself like going to the movies with them, going on road trips with them. Like, when you walk into a chapter and you feel that, I think that that is like definitely where your heart is supposed to be. So don't get distracted by like decorations and like people cheering and things like that. Like, genuinely, the conversations that you guys are gonna have during recruitment. I cried during recruitment. I know everyone's like, oh my gosh, like, why are you crying during recruitment? And I even made fun of people who cried during recruitment. Like, I was like, crying for what? Like, you're getting in a sorority, like, you're dumb. But then I cried during recruitment. I was like, wow, what is my life? So I just feel like you guys should definitely keep in mind that they want you for who you are, not for what sorority you're trying to be in. Like, they just want you to be you, and that is just so important. So please keep that in mind during recruitment. I'm gonna also be answering a lot of questions because I know this isn't everything, but I just want to genuinely say how I felt about recruitment. Like, I didn't want to be in recruitment at all. I didn't want to be in a sorority. Like, at first I was, and then after the first day I was like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. But I don't know what I would do if it weren't for my chapter. Like, if it weren't for the sorority I was in right now, I just don't know like what friendships I would have in Arizona. Like, me going to a completely different state, not knowing anyone, like without my family. Like, I'm gonna cry. I'm like legit gonna cry during this video, and it's so crazy. Like, I don't know. Without my fam and like without the people that I've met in Arizona, like, I just don't even know what I would do. Like, I literally think I would have like dropped out of college. Like, I literally just would have been another YouTuber who just like quit. But staying in the sorority that like I chose to stick with, and like meeting all the people that I've met, and like going on all these different adventures in Arizona, like, it's just made everything so much more worth it. And so if you are very skeptical of going into a sorority or even going into Rush, like, if you're even scared of rushing, I'm telling you right now, I genuinely think that you should do it. I really think that you guys should sign up and just go for it. And even if like the first or second day you're like, okay, no, I know you said I should go for it, but I really don't feel it, then like, that's okay. If you guys don't want to rush, like, that's also okay too. Sororities aren't everything. There are so many people I've met that are not in sororities. So it's not a big deal if you don't want to. I feel like if you're on the edge about it and you kind of want to, I think that you should, because it's such an amazing experience. And I feel like this video is so long and it's just me ranting about how cool my sorority is. But I genuinely love my sorority so much, and I wanted to give you guys some advice because there's so many things I wish that I would have known when I was going through so many things that they just don't tell you, and I wish I would have known them. So if you guys are interested at all in recruitment, ask me whatever questions you guys want to know in the comments down below. I'm going to be responding as much as you can. Also, tweet this video out because I feel like this is helpful. I never ask you guys to tweet any videos out, but like, if you're seeing people like having a hard time, be like, hey, watch this video, this is what you should do. Or if you guys have a friend and they're like, I'm not going through recruitment, and you are, send this to them and be like, do it. Girl, you better go through recruitment. You. Anyways, guys, this video is so super long, so I hope you guys like this video, and yeah, I will see you guys next time.